It's time once again for a fun-filled drive. We're going to cover everything from mysteriously disappearing Jeep doors to the intricacies of home security systems.
From practical advice and insight into human behavior,
to raccoon-proofing vehicles and the perils of online security.
You're going to want to buckle up for a drive filled with humor, wit,
and a dash of tech-savvy nerdiness.
This is Data Drive. Starring Jeff Weston and Robbie Ferguson.
At Data Drive, we only trust our dashcam footage to Kingston Canvas Go Plus microSD cards. They're fast and reliable, even in the harsh seasons faced by us Canadian drivers.
Do you have a device that could use a Kingston upgrade? Your dashcam, action cam, smart home surveillance device, drone, Raspberry Pi, smartphone, or even your Nintendo Switch gaming console?
Upgrade today with Kingston Canvas Go Plus microSD cards.
Data Drive is brought to you by Ameridroid.com. From Singapore computers to home automation and accessories, Ameridroid.com offers top-notch products, worldwide shipping, and unbeatable US-based service. Explore endless possibilities with Ameridroid.com.
And Voyager Systems, your responsive IT partner for managed technology, cybersecurity, and future-proof solutions. Let them deal with the technical headaches so you can focus on what matters, running your business. Blast off to success with Voyager Systems, where every journey elevates your business to new heights. VoyagerSystems.cloud.
Was it you who was telling me somebody you knew had Jeep doors stolen? Or was that someone else telling me that?
Jeep door stolen?
It wasn't
No.
you? Okay.
I've only ever known one person with a Jeep where you could take the doors off.
Yeah.
And they had a really precise system for like securing them and hanging them up in their garage. And the vehicle was treated nice.
But then your vehicle, like if it was left out with no doors on it, coons would get in.
Yeah, but you leave nothing in it.
Yeah, but the coons would get in. They'd destroy the upholstery.
No, they leave it alone. His vehicle was never touched.
But he knew to take his doors off.
Yep.
Because I heard of two people in the past couple weeks. I was trying to remember who told me about the first one, but two people whose Jeep doors kept. One guy, it was the doors were stolen 4 times.
4 times?
4 times. It's like, do you not learn? But I guess he obviously didn't take them inside and hang them in his garage.
See, that's where you need to put like some sort of a Bluetooth device on it, like a Chipolo or something.
Some kind of tracker.
Yeah.
Just put it inside the door.
Yeah.
And you go there and it's just a room full of Jeep doors.
That's one of those specific things where, like, if I stole Jeep doors, A, they're probably not going to match the color of my Jeep if I had a Jeep that I needed doors for. And B, if I'm just going to sell them off, it's kind of a specific thing that's trackable, Police get called and they start calling around.
It's
hey, you bought any Jeep doors lately?
It almost seems like something that would get stolen just to prank someone. I mean, maybe there's a market for aftermarket Jeep doors.
Oh, I'm sure there is. There's a market for everything.
It's a local dealer.
Right? We got doors.
Doors. We got Jeep doors. We got white Jeep doors. We got other white Jeep doors.
That's right. These aren't the stolen doors. So fun. Just jeepdoors.com.
I just got, because we've had somebody breaking into our yard twice now, so we just wanted to be able to see what they're doing, what's going on.
What do you mean breaking into your yard?
Going through the fence at the back and prowling in our backyard.
Like looking to get into your house or just passing through?
That's what we don't know. What are they doing? I don't think they're using it as passage. So anyway, so we got you can get a light bulb camera, but I found them and they're $20 on Amazon. $20.
Yep.
And it connects to Wi-Fi and it's a PTZ.
Yeah.
You can control it with your phone. And it just records to an SD card.
Yep.
The one thing it lacks that I wish it had, because then it would be like, oh my gosh, is RTSP. Because if it did, then I could connect it to our DVR.
Yeah.
But it's a cheap and cheerful, never put it in your house, but on the back deck, perfect solution.
Oh, for sure. What have we got? 7 cameras now at our house.
Yeah.
We got kind of the 4 corners of the house covered. We have 2 inside covering the entryways, and then we have our doorbell. And part of that is because we've had such weird occurrences. Like one...
Paranormal?
Well, no.
So you got the cameras with the filter that allows you to see ghosts?
Yeah. The dogs are barking like they normally do when they think they see anything.
Yeah.
And then 10 minutes later, the kids let the dogs out. They let them in. Dogs start barking again. So they decide to let them out again, and they notice a smashed brick in our back deck.
A smashed brick?
Right.
Like a broken brick?
Yeah, but not like a house brick, but like a capstone to like a retaining wall type brick.
All right.
And so they're like, well, that's weird. That wasn't there when we let them out 10 minutes ago. So they let my wife know, and we had a camera, but it didn't pick up that area. And so we didn't have any sight on if somebody came in our backyard through the backyard, or if somebody came in through the backyard by crossing through our neighbor's backyard because they don't have a fence, or is it somebody who came in the front? But the other thing is, we're like, could they have thrown the brick? Like, it was weird that it was smashed on our deck.
Yeah. Maybe they were trying to break a window.
Well,
that's again where it's like, are they just trying to cause trouble?
Right.
Just, like, you see kids throw rocks at signs and stuff and smash business signs.
Well,
it's like,
and we have a homeless shelter behind us.
Yeah.
And so we're like, okay, did it come from one of them? Just being mischievous, like, because come December, it's cold.
Sure.
And it's working in the jails, it's quite common that we would see homeless coming in October, November, December.
Right. Yeah. Just
for the winter.
Steal a chocolate bar from a convenience store just to be able to spend the night in jail.
Oh, no, they'll like smash a window and then stand there waiting to get arrested.
Right.
So that they can get 6 months.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, they want the whole season.
Yeah, that way they don't have to live outside in the winter.
Yeah.
They get 3 meals a day. And then come April, they plead guilty, get time served, and get out and enjoy the summer.
Yeah.
And then they'll do it again October, November, December.
Unreal.
So we thought maybe it was one of them, but our camera just didn't pick up where it was. And so now we have a camera inside facing our back door, because we're like, if somebody was there, did they try and evade our cameras?
Sure.
Or was it that they threw the brick and our camera didn't pick it up? And so now having one indoor, just looking at the back window, we've got a better view of it.
Yeah.
But it's like, just the weirdest things.
So with the camera, it's an interior camera looking out. How does it function with the night vision? Do you get any glare off of the window?
Beautiful.
It works?
Yeah, it's almost like
So you must have it at an angle.
Yeah, it is at an angle. And it's at night, it's almost like the patio door isn't even there. Like, I've tested it. I've walked up to it.
Yeah.
And that dude's leaking a lot of water.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Other side too. Yeah, I've walked up to the window and it's like the door was wide open and it just caught me standing there looking in and then walking out.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, this is cool.
Yeah,
Works
that's
well.
great. Because typically the problem that you have when you point a camera out the window is when the infrared comes on, the infrared reflects off of the window and then you get just a white spot.
Yeah, no, it's clean and clear at night.
Good.
Yeah, it's sad that we're kind of at the point where you have to kind of Fort Knox your house, so to speak, with security cameras.
Well, the cloud service providers don't mind.
No, they don't.
And these days, that's where the money's at. Like, why did I get a surveillance camera for $20? It's because they sell the cloud service.
Yeah.
And they expect that you're going to want to buy it.
Yeah.
But that's where... So I have some WyzeCams at the studio that I use to back up our... Like, as... Not as a backup, but as like a supplemental camera that I can move around rather than the stationary CCTV that we have.
Yeah.
So, but what I did is I hacked the firmware with RTSP support.
Yep.
So what that means is that now I can actually live stream from the WyzeCam to a DVR or VLC or anything that supports RTSP protocol.
Yep.
Which is just video, streaming video, right? So my DVR, we can actually connect to the WyzeCam as if it was an IP camera with that hack. Bless you.
Excuse me.
So it makes it so that I've got these 1080p cameras, because they're just the V2s, 1080p cameras that I can add as an IP camera to my DVR and it records. And then we have everything is RTSP, so I have an offsite DVR that also then gets all the cameras and records them locally. So we have redundancy of our camera system as well.
Right.
But it's not relying on the WyzeCam recording online. I have that, Cam Plus.
Yeah.
But I don't rely on that. That's more for my convenience so that I can access it from my phone really quickly and easily.
Yeah.
If somebody broke in and stole the DVR, the WyzeCam app is a good way to just kind of see what was going on real quick. But then we also, for security purposes, have the offsite redundancy as well.
Right. Now, with your offsite DVR, is that end-to-end encryption or?
Yeah, it's through VPN tunnel.
Okay, cool. That's cool. That would be my only worry on something like that, isn't it?
Right. Yeah, because yeah, absolutely. It's a good point, because some people would be like, okay, I'll enable RTSP and then I'll open them to the world, not even thinking that now anyone can watch your camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a LAN-based camera system. It's actually a segregated network that's disconnected from the rest of the network.
Yeah.
And then in order to access it, it has to be a VPN connection. So the DVR on the other end is connected through a VPN to a LAN IP address.
Right.
I hate that too. Like you hear about compromises like that where somebody enables something and then puts it on the internet.
Yeah.
And then that device gets compromised, and then whose reputation is damaged? It's not the idiot that put it online.
No, it's the manufacturer.
It's the company that manufactured it.
Yeah.
So you hear about these things where it's like a compromise of a certain system that's meant to be a LAN-based appliance, never put it online. Or if you do, firewall it, segregate it, set up a tunnel, IP-based access, those kinds of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, you hear about that kind of stuff all the time. And it's like, people have got to realize that. And I said about the light bulb cameras, even just putting it out on the deck and never in the house, is because I don't know where the video's streaming to.
Right.
I don't care if some cloud-based service that gets hacked sees my backyard, but I wouldn't want it in my house.
Yeah.
But you see Amazon reviews of people that are using it as a baby monitor, and it's like, okay, so when it gets compromised, and suddenly what happens? You hear the news about it, where somebody has hacked it and starts talking to the baby through the baby monitor. Well, what idiot put it online?
Right, exactly.
And used something like that in the house. But people don't know.
No, they don't. And unfortunately, you're right. It does damage the reputation. And it's, my wife and I were talking about this, I think, yesterday. Like, there's all these great technological, tools we have at our disposal to make life better. It's user error, and it's human nature to manipulate for nefarious purposes. I mean, you look at, file sharing. Great idea when it first came out. Horrible for the music and video industry. Because people were like, oh, I could file share this movie.
Right.
It's like, would have been a great tool for file. Like, imagine if in a massive corporate network, you could use torrents for transferring your files quickly.
But we do.
I know we do, but
it has a bad rep.
Right.
For sure.
And so
there are
nobody does it.
But then there's the flip side, where there's idiots that think that BitTorrent is a bad thing.
But that's what I mean. It's not a bad thing.
No, it absolutely is not. It's a wonderful thing.
Right, but people use it for bad purposes,
exactly.
So that it gets labeled
a bad reputation.
Yeah, and it's like, same we're seeing with AI now. Like, AI is a great tool, has a lot of really good purpose and functionality.
Yeah.
But because people use it to create scams, or to break into systems, it's like, oh, AI bad. Well, no, AI is not bad. People using AI is bad.
Yeah, it's the people.
AI just does what it's told.
Yeah.
It's frustrating because we ruin it for ourselves.
Yep, I agree.
I wish there was a way to, like, I don't even know how you do it, but you know how, like, people just, they'll use a service and it's like, oh, do you accept the terms and conditions? Yes. I wish there was, like, a way to force them to come back to it. Like, okay, you can click yes, but our system did not detect that you actually read it. And so a week later, you get another email. You need to read this.
You get quizzed on the on the terms of use?
Well, you just, like, for significant and important stuff. It's like if you're going to sign up to use, an AI generation website, creating like, who cares, whatever. But, you sign up for your online banking, terms and conditions, you hit yes. Stuff like that, it's like you need to understand how this works and what is proper and what is not.
People do not read, though, Jeff.
I know they don't.
I develop open source software, and the most frustrating thing is the time that's wasted on people who refuse to read the Getting Started guide.
Right.
And it's like, so Pinecraft is like the perfect example. You can turn your Raspberry Pi into a Minecraft server.
Yeah.
Really great product. Love that I made it. But every single month, I'm going to get 3 or 5 people that come in and say, this doesn't work. Okay. And it's like, that is specifically dealt with in the first 3 lines of the documentation.
Yep.
And it's your fault, not the products. Or and it's like how many people try and it's just So people do not read.
No.
And they waste developers' time.
Yes.
And support people's time, and the media misrepresents where the problem lies when it's actually the user. So, and then you get a product review that'll say, oh, Pinecraft doesn't work.
Yeah.
Because they installed it they tried to install it on a Windows 11 machine.
Right.
And it's like, hello.
It does work. You don't.
Yeah. Can't read the documentation that's like 2 paragraphs long.
Yeah. But I do wish there was a way to, like, fix that problem.
So that's the thing I've realized, and I've given myself to realizing that that's not possible. And so I'm just like, I'm not wasting time on this.
Yeah.
Read the manual or don't, you know? So if I ever seem like a little snarky in the chats and stuff when it comes to people like that, that's why.
Well, but I mean, people need to, you know, RTFM.
Not even though, like you don't necessarily have to sit there and read a 30-page document. Just like, that's what I mean by the getting started guide. You didn't even read the getting started guide.
Right.
The first 3 steps to getting online with this product.
Yeah.
And are coming in here. And I go one step further, and I've produced all these wonderful videos that walk you through the top 5 frequently asked questions for Pinecraft.
Yep.
And everything that you're asking is covered in that video, and it's a 20-minute video.
I know. What I love is when you get the comments on said video.
Yeah.
Where it's not working.
Yeah. Here's the timestamp.
Yeah.
That's going to kill. That's what kills open source developers' passion.
Yes.
And not me. I'm not saying I'm not passionate, but I do have to, like, Pinecraft, where that's kind of how things go as far as the community goes, doesn't get my full attention. Let's just say that.
Oh, for sure.
NEMS Linux, where I've got a community of people that support it and that are apt to read the documentation.
Absolutely.
Maybe they need it to be pointed toward the correct document, because yeah, it's sometimes hard to find what you're looking for with a big system like that.
Sure, absolutely.
But much less expectation of, you know, here's a free product. I also want free technical support, and I want you to do all the work for me.
Yeah.
Like, for some reason, open source draws in that type of person, and that is what's going to kill off the passion of developers that give freely of themselves.
That's quite the statement to end on. You know, is the attitude of users hurting developers' passion? I mean, if you've got thoughts on today's episode, we'd love to hear from you. So be sure to post your comments on this episode at datadrivepodcast.com.
Next time, Jeff is going to kick things off with a bold assertion, questioning the correlation between tech know-how and age or geographic location.
Now, it promises to be as enlightening as it is entertaining.
Yeah, but you better bring some evidence to support your theories.
Oh, of course, I will. I always do. But it's not all serious business on the next episode of Data Drive Podcast. You can expect plenty of banter, humorous tangents, and even a few mispronunciations that'll likely have you laughing along with us.
All right. Time to park for now. We'll see you on the next Data Drive.